Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I trust that we are doing fine. Let me check if I'm audible. If you can hear me, please indicate, give me a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, please give me a 1 in the chat. If I'm audible, kindly give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me on your side. Okay. All right. Good evening once again. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. Yes, Coach Mopiwa here, joining you from Johannesburg as we'll be going through our Wednesday evening training. It is a training for activated members. Yes, this is not a prospect Zoom. It is an activated members training. So please do not bring prospects here. They are going to find us speaking Greek. They will find us speaking Hebrew, and they will think that this is not the platform that they need it to be. All right. So this is a members training. People who are in the business and they want to understand better. Yes, they want to do it better. They want to build it better. They want to trade it better. All right. So welcome to our training. Make sure that you are not attending alone. If you are a team builder, you've got a team behind you, make sure that your team members are here. You are not attending alone, right? So we are going to repeat. We are going to repeat. Yes, we needed to bring more emphasis. We need to bring more emphasis on some of the trainings like the one that we are going to do this evening. In the morning, our crypto mentor, Coach Julius, took us through the MACD session where we were looking at how to trade better using the MACD. Okay, this is in our Royal Q robot. Remember, our bot has got indicators. Yes, the Royal Q robot has got indicators. So how do we set a trade? How do we make entry using our robot, using the indicators that are inside the robot? That is the training for tonight. So in the morning, like I said, a training was carried. It was about the MACD indicator. How many of us attended the morning training? How many of us attended the morning training? Just give me a yes if you attended the morning training. If you attended the morning training, just give me a yes in the chat. If you attended the morning training, just give me a yes in the chat. Just give me a yes in the chat. I want to see the states. I want to see the figures. Yes. How many of us attended the morning training? How many of us attended the morning training? Give me a yes. Give me a yes. Oh, someone was at work. Okay, you are lucky. You are lucky. You are lucky. You are here tonight. Okay. Yes. How many of us attended the training in the morning? A couple of yeses. A couple of yeses that I'm seeing here. Couple of yeses. All right. No problem. Okay. So if you missed the morning training, here is another training for you. All right. If you missed the morning training, here is another training for you. We are repeating the same training. We needed to make sure that indeed we put a mark on you. We are talking about inside your brain. Yes, you needed to understand. You see, when you repeat and repeat and repeat the same thing, you discover that it becomes part of you, right? So we wanted trading with Royal Q should become part of your life. You should know how to trade with the Royal Q bot. Okay, so if you missed, don't worry. This is your second opportunity. Let me call it a second chance. right? But it's not the first time we normally do these trainings. Please bear with us. We always repeat these trainings, right? Yes, we do have these trainings already. So we keep on repeating them. At the same time, we understand that they are members that are joining the business each and every day. So they also needed to understand how to use the robot effectively. So tonight we are repeating the MACD, okay, how to trade better using the Royal Q robot, using some of the indicators, specifically MACD, all right? So that's what we are going to look at, making trade entries using the MACD indicator that is found in our Royal Q robot. Okay, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. And before we make use of the Royal Q robot to understand how to set the MACD so that it can be used to enter a trade, we need to understand, first of all, what is the MACD? All right, what is the MACD? So let me bring something here on your screen that is going to guide us before we open our Royal Q robot to look at this indicator. How do we set it so that it can help us to make a good entry in the market, right? It can help us to make a good entry in the market, right? So let me use this for training purposes. I want to use this for training purposes. If you are able to see the screen, if my screen is visible, please indicate in the chat, because this is where we are going to start from before we go to our amazing Royal Q robot and look at this indicator inside our robot. When we are making entries, when we are giving instructions to our robot to enter a particular trade using the MACD, we needed to understand, as the owner of the robot, we needed to understand what is this MACD that Royal Q has decided to put it inside its platform so that traders on the platform can make use of it, right? So the word MACD, we needed to start from here, okay? The word MACD, the M stands for moving, okay? The M stands for moving. The A stands for averages, okay? So we do have moving averages, right? Let's proceed. The C stands for convergence. Convergence still sounds like big English, right? Don't worry. We are going to simplify it, right? So the C stands for convergence, while the D stands for divergence. Another big English. Another big English, okay? So we do have moving averages, if it is going to be average, but there should be a moving average that converges, also it diverges. So we do have moving average, convergence, divergence indicator. Are we following? On the MACD, the word MACD, what is inside MACD? They are moving averages that converges, they also diverges, right? So that is all about the word MACD. If you have understood, please give me a 1 in the chat. If you have understood, give me a 1 in the chat. I don't want you to get lost when we open our Royal Q robot and then we start setting this indicator to make an entry position for us. Yes. So if you have understood MACD, the word MACD itself, kindly give me a 1 in the chat. Okay, let's proceed now. So when you look at the MACD as an indicator, you are going to find this. You are going to find that it is comprised of a couple of things, if I may call them things, all right? So you are going to see that, as I said, that the M stands for moving average. The A stands for average, the C convergence, and the D divergence. So we do have two lines here. We do have two lines, as you can see here. The other line is blue in color. The other one is in orange in color, right? So we do have two lines. So these two lines, they are moving averages. The first line is a moving average of 12, right? So they are making these two lines, they are moving averages. So this one, the blue line, okay, the blue line, it is called the MACD line. Don't forget, these are moving averages, all right? These moving averages, they diverge, okay? They also converge. So we are going to find out whenever there is a convergence, what normally happens, or what should we do as traders using a robot? Whenever there is a divergence, what do we do as traders using a robot? So this is the MACD line. The blue line is referred as the MACD line, right? So beside the MACD line, there is another line which is called the signal line, all right? Which is called the signal line. So these two lines, they move responding to what is happening in the market, assuming that here on top, it is the real market, okay? So this MACD here will be lagging, following what is happening here. But whenever it produces a response, or whenever it shows a stimulus, meaning to say it is responding to what is happening on top here, it means what is happening here is exactly what is going to happen, or what is happening here. We're gonna go to TradingView to explain better about what I'm talking about here. But I want you to capture that this blue line, it is the MACD line. And the orange line, it is the signal line. So these two lines, they happen to move, okay? You are going to find out that the blue line will cross over the orange line. When it crosses over, it goes on top. Sometimes it will also come down, crossing again the orange line, right? So when you are looking at this, you are going to find out that they are also what we call MACD histograms. Now, these two lines, they move within a line which is called the zero line, or it is called the base line, okay? So the lines will be moving along this zero line, or the base line. So on the base line, you are going to find where it is written, or it is called the MACD histogram. What is this MACD histogram? The MACD histogram, it helps traders to understand, okay, to understand the strength and the weakness of the price. When I say strength, I'm talking about how high the price is going. When I say the weakness, I'm talking of how low the price is falling. So these histograms, they indicate that. So you are going to see that they are in two colors. There is green color and there is red color. So the red color is always developing below the zero line, while the green color is developing above the zero line, which is the baseline. Don't forget, the histograms indicates the strength of the price, okay? So if the price at current is controlled by buyers, let's say that it is buyers that are in control of the price, the strength of the buyers, it is going to be represented on the histograms, right? At the same time, we also need to understand that these histograms, they also represent the distance between the blue line and the orange line. How far are they from each other? I said that these two lines, they cross each other. It will cross over to the top, it will cross or down to this other side. So these histograms, they are going to tell you the distance between the blue line and the orange line. How far are they from each other? Okay? Is that understood? Let me check. Is that understood? Let me check. Give me a yes if it is understood. If it is understood, give me a yes. If it is understood, if it is understood, give me a yes. Because when we open our Royal Q robot and then we start setting it up, if you do not know where we are coming from, what is this MACD? You may not understand. You'll be asking me questions. What is that all about, or what does it represent? Let me come back here. Some people did not understand. Okay. So when you go to the TradingView, you are going to see that there are two lines when it comes to the MACD. The first line is a blue line. It is a choice of color. Okay? It is a choice of color. The settings, you can choose it to be blue. You can choose any other color. But you should know which one is going to be your MACD line, which one is going to be your signal line. Right? So the blue line here, it is the MACD line. And the orange line here, it is called the signal line. So it is the blue line that normally crosses over. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. So you're going to find out these two lines. When the blue line crosses over, okay? This is the orange line, right? When the blue line crosses over, you are going to find out it will be trying to move away from the orange line. So it is, what is happening here? It is creating what we call a what? It is diverting, right? It is diverting away from the orange line. So you will see that the blue line will be going that side, the orange line will be this side. So the blue line is diverting away from the orange line. And another time it is going to come where this blue line will come back. Okay? You see these two lines coming together that like they want to kiss each other. Then you see the blue line will cross. So this is converging now. They are converging now. They are meeting now, right? So you see a divergence and a convergence in their meetings, right? So if you have understood this being the MACD line, this being the signal line, and on top of that, they are MACD histograms. MACD histograms, they are like bars that are developing on a line which is called a signal line, where these two lines, they normally cross. They pass, they cross, they come, they cross. So there is a crossover happening now and then. So these two lines, they normally make two crossovers. Please understand me, because that's what we are going to use in Royal Q to make an entry. These two lines, they normally make crossovers. Now, when the blue line crosses over, when the blue line crosses over the orange line to go above it, it means a situation has been created, which is called a golden cross. When the blue line crosses over the orange line, a golden cross has been created. When the blue line crosses the orange line to come below, a death cross has been created. Now, when we go to our Royal Q robot has only given us the golden cross, because that's where you are going to set your robot to make an entry in the market. So this golden cross, it is an opportunity that shows that price is going to shoot up. Whenever a golden cross happens, when the blue line crosses over the orange line to go above, it is called a golden cross. It means price is going to go up. When the blue line crosses the orange line to come down, it is called a death cross. It means price is going to come down. So we want to use this golden cross in RoyalQ to make an entry, because every time in most cases, when a golden cross is created, it means the price is going to shoot up. So I said that they are histograms. These histograms represents, or they signal, or they give information, okay? When the price is going up, how much pressure, if they are buyers that are pushing the price up, how much pressure of buyers is in the market. So it is going to signal that using the histograms. So the histograms, they are in green when it comes to price going up. When it comes to price going down, the histograms, they are in red. Now, when you look at these green histograms, you are going to see that there is light green, okay, and there is pure green. So the pure green, it symbolizes that the strength of buyers is in the market. When buyers are losing their strength, you are going to see the pure histograms, they are changing to light histograms. It means the strength is no longer the same. Are we together? We are talking about price going up, indicated by MACD histogram. So the histograms, the green, they indicate that the momentum is going up, and who is in control? Buyers, they are in control. How many buyers are in the market compared to sellers? You are going to find out by how the color of the green is displayed. So if it is pure green like this, it means the pressure is much. When the pressure is decreasing, then you are going to see the light green appearing. It means the momentum of buyers is no longer the same. Now, let's come to price coming down. When the price is coming down, the strength or the pressure of sellers in the market is indicated by the color red. So when it is pure red, it means the strength of sellers is more compared to the strength of buyers. When the amount of sellers in the market is reducing, you are going to see the pure red changing to light red. It simply means the strength of sellers is no longer the same. That is the use of the histogram, the MACD histogram. So the red one, they are below the zero line. The green one, they are above the zero line. Now, before we go to TradingView and then we go to RoyalQ, I want you to understand that the crossovers, the golden crossovers, let's focus on the golden crossovers, because these are the ones that we are going to use to make entries in the market. The golden crossovers can happen below the zero line. They can also happen above the zero line, as you can see here in this example. Can you see a golden cross happening over here? These two lines, they are above the zero line. Can you see? These two lines, the crossover that is happening here, In this scenario, these two lines, they are moving above our zero line, which is the baseline, right? Then sometimes you discover that these two lines, they are down here below the zero line. So you're going to see a crossover happening below the zero line, and you're going to see a crossover happening above the zero line. Now, when a crossover is taking place above the zero line, in most cases, I'm not saying all, in most cases, when the blue line crosses the orange line above the histograms, the green histograms, it simply means it is going to be a bullish moment. The market or the price is going to shoot high up in most cases, not all the time. Please understand me. Okay? In most cases, when the crossover, the golden cross, happens above the zero line, it means the price is going to shoot high up. Compared when a crossover has happened below the zero line. Are we together? So it's like below the zero line, it is the oversold region. If we were to use the RSI, above the zero line, it means the price is already up. Okay, but it is continuing to go up. Okay, above the zero line, it's like the price is already up, but it is continuing to go what? To go further up. But when it crosses the zero line and come down here, then you know that the strength of sellers is more compared to the strength of buyers. That's why you see the red histograms developing below the zero line. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Give me a 3 if this is understood. I want to open TradingView. Then after that, we go to Royal Q so that we are able to know how to set our Royal Q robot to make an entry in the market using the MACD. Give me a 3 if you have understood. Give me a 3, unless I'm speaking Hebrew to you. Yes, give me a 3. Okay, so I'm opening TradingView, an application that I assume that everybody is familiar with. Yes. So the golden cross can happen below the zero line. It can also happen above the zero line. But we are looking at a golden cross. That's what matters. We are looking at a what? At a golden cross. Because that's where we want to use to enter the market first time. Okay? So the golden cross can happen above, it can happen below. I'm not focusing on the death cross because we don't use the death cross to enter the market. We use the golden cross. So our focus is on the golden cross. Okay, so let me come to TradingView. Okay, let's come to TradingView so that we can see the market live when we are talking about golden crosses that will help us enter the market. Okay, let me bring XRP here and see if we can find some golden crosses with the MACD. Oh, so many stuff here. Let me remove so many things here. Let me remove these other things here. Yes, let me remove these other things here and remain with the MACD. Okay, because my focus is the MACD. All right, my focus is the MACD. Aha. So let's come here. I said that the MACD, it is a lagging indicator. Okay, it is a lagging indicator. Whenever you see that the blue line is crossing the orange line, it means something is cooking above here. So this is the price. This is the market. Okay, these are candles. in a form of a chart. So what is happening here, the MACD is showing you here. So it uses the past data to determine the future, the MACD. It uses the past data to determine the future. So whenever you see the MACD making a crossover in a form of a golden cross, then it means something is cooking in the market. Also, when the MACD is making a cross to the downside, you must know that something also is cooking in the market. Now, I want you to come and look here with me. I was demonstrating there. I want us to stay somewhere here. Let us stay somewhere here. Okay? We want to look at this first crossover. Okay? This first crossover here. Look at this blue line. Okay? Look at this blue line. It made a crossover here. All right? It made a crossover here. The blue line went above the orange line. What happened here? If we were to draw a line to come down here, let me put a real line there. Let me draw a real line so that we are able to see it. Let me draw a vertical line here. Yes. Let me draw a vertical line here. All right, where the crossover happened. If I'm to draw a line there. Okay, there is the vertical line. Let me reduce the strength. Okay, let it be like that. So when the blue line made a cross here, when the blue line made a cross here, what type of a cross was this? Was it a golden cross or was it a death cross? Give me an answer in the chat. When the blue line crossed the orange line here, was this a golden cross or it was a death cross according to your understanding of MACD? Was this a golden cross or it was a death cross? Give me an answer in the chat. What type of crossover was that? Was it a death cross or it was a golden cross? Why are you saying it is a golden cross? Give me a reason. Why was that a golden cross? Why was that the golden cross? Why? Why do you call that the golden cross? The golden cross symbolizes what? Give me an answer if you are understanding what I am teaching here. Why is it called a golden cross? Why? Somebody says the MACD crosses the signal line. To which side? Because the MACD can cross the signal line as well. Yes, it crosses the signal line. That is true. It did cross the signal line. But to which side now? To the upper side. So when the MACD, which is the blue line, crosses over the orange line to go up, it signifies bullish. It signifies bullish market. Okay? So the golden cross symbolizes upward movement of price. The golden cross symbolizes upward movement of price. That's where we call upward trend of the market. So when a golden cross happens, it means bullish. Buyers, they are shooting sellers. Okay? Buyers, they are shooting sellers in the market. It does not mean that sellers are not available in the market, no, but their strength is less compared to buyers. So golden cross represents bullish momentum, right? Let's go back to our trading view. So you can see that when the blue line crossed, then the market did shoot up here. Can you see what happened here? From this point, the market went up there. Okay? The market went up to this point. Now, come over here. Come over here with me. After the blue line have been moving on top of the orange line, there was a moment when the blue line could not stay above. It came below. It decided to come below the orange line. When this happened, what happened over here? When the blue line decided to cross, to come below the orange line, what happened here? The market went down, right? The market went down. Now the blue line has been moving below. It has been moving below. Can you see the histograms that are developing here? What type of histograms are developing here? It symbolizes that here, it is the sellers that are in control. That's why the market came down to this level. So sellers here, they were dominating. Then we see something happening here. Something happening here again, right? Let me enlarge like this so that you are able to see. Can you see here? Another crossover happening the upper side. Then the market shoots up. Can you see what is happening on that candle over there? So every time the golden cross happens, then the price goes up. Every time the golden cross happens, the price goes up. Now, Royal Q said that we want our traders to use the MACD only when the golden cross happens in a particular trade. So we want our traders to use this MACD so that they can enter a trade using it. So they put it in their platform. That's why we are going to Royal Q to see how do we set this MACD so that the robot can enter the market on our behalf when this golden cross is happening in the market. So initially, the robot is going to monitor this crossover, not us. I was just showing you here what is this MACD all about. But when it comes how to enter the market, the robot is going to monitor this on our behalf. So we only need to set in our Royal Q robot so that when the MACD is happening, the robot is going to monitor and it will make entry on our behalf. Is that understood, ladies and gentlemen? Because I am moving from here, we are going to Royal Q. The remaining 15 minutes, we are going to go to Royal Q and look at how do we make entries using the MACD in our Royal Q robot. Are we still together, guys, before I get out of TradingView? Give me a 4 if we are still together. Give me a 4. If we are still together, give me a 4. If we are still together, give me a 4. We are crossing over to Royal Q so that we set this MACD in our Royal Q robot. The robot is going to monitor whenever a MACD is making a crossover. Yes. Whenever the MACD is making a crossover, which is a golden cross, let our Royal Q robot buy. And you have seen that whenever a crossover happens, it normally becomes a winning trade. Whenever a crossover happens, it becomes a winning trade. Stop requesting for a recording. We are live right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Look here. If you don't believe me, those that are requesting for a recording, we are live right here. Okay? So you can go to YouTube. We are live right now. So there is no need for a recording. So let's go to Royal Q. Let's come here. We are in this amazing Royal Q board. Right? Now, here we are. So here I'm gonna just show you how do you set the robot using the MACD? We're not gonna go to all the settings of the trade, no, but I just want you to see where do you set the MACD in your royal queue and how do you set it. So we are going to open any coin here. We're gonna open any coin, okay? Let me just choose this one. Let me take ADA, all right? So I am assuming that I want to trade ADA, okay? A signal has been given, or probably we want to set our robot and then it monitors and then it buys only when a crossover of the MACD happens. So you can set as many coins as you can in this scenario, right? You can set as many coins as you can. Now, let's start. Let's come here. We are creating, okay? We are creating. Here we are. Then we are going to open trade settings here. We're gonna open trade settings, right? So I'm assuming that all the settings, all the trade settings, they are in order. The only thing that we need to impute into our trade is the MACD. So we're gonna tap manual create, meaning to say we are the ones who are giving instructions to the robot. The robot should follow what we want it to do, okay? Yes, so we tap on manual create. Now, I'm saying that this is all set. Whatever you are seeing here, it is all set. I'm not gonna go through this. You have set your take profit, okay? Your take profit, callback, your margin configurations, they are all set. The only thing which is remaining is to put in the MACD so that the robot can make first entry. Let me emphasize that. We are using the MACD that the robot should enter the market first time using our first buy-in amount. The robot does not use MACD to buy our margin calls. Please understand me here. The robot does not use the MACD indicator to buy our margin calls. No. We want this robot to enter first time whenever a MACD crossover, a golden cross has been spotted by the robot. So it enters here with our first buy-in amount. So when this is being triggered and activated, it means there is a golden cross with the MACD inside our robot. Are we clear, ladies and gentlemen? Are we clear here? How do we use the MACD? It only being used to make first entries in the market. The buying of the margin calls follows after this. Are we together? The robot will only buy the margin calls when it has entered first time with our first buy-in amount. So this should be activated by a MACD. That's what we are saying here. Please don't go away. Don't get lost. The MACD does not prevent you to go into floating loss. But we are trying to enter the market safely. What do I mean safely? We are not entering the market anyhow. We are only entering the market when a crossover is happening with the MACD, which in most cases, when a crossover happens, it is a winning trade. But remember, the MACD does not control the market. The MACD does not control the what? The market. Yes, it can show a sign of crossing over here. Immediately after crossing over, the market players do something in the market. Yes, that's why we are having our margin calls in place. In case when a MACD has been spotted, our Royal Q enters the market and the market players do what they are good at doing. Yes. Then the market changes direction. The trend of the market changes. Then we do have our margin calls in place. But in most cases, ladies and gentlemen, whenever there is a crossover with the MACD, it is a winning trade. As long as you are not greedy with the amount of take profit that you are taking. Are we together? So we want to emphasize that when you are using the MACD to enter the market, at least take a maximum of 1.5 to 2% take profit. Because we don't want you to stuck in the market. Sometimes a MACD, a crossover, golden cross can happen. All right? Before it goes further, then the market changes direction. So we don't want you to take a huge take profit. That will take long to be delivered. That's why we are saying snipe the market. Do you know what snipers do? Do you know what snipers do? Try to close your eyes. The moment you close your eyes, you try to open, you find that your head is disconnected from your body. That is sniping. You close your eyes. When you open them, you discover that you are opening them while the head is somewhere else, the body is somewhere else. Yes, that is sniping. So in the blink of an eye, right? So we don't want to stay long in the market. We want to snipe the market. So that's why we are not greedy with the take profit. Take at least 1.5 to 2%. Okay? With the MACD, right? So we are sniping the market. We don't want it to take long for our trade to deliver, because we have discovered that in most crossovers, which are in a golden cross, the trade becomes successful because there is a shoot to the upper side in terms of price. So let's collect at least 1.5, we get out. And then we look for another trade. We also collect 1.5. We are only looking at winning trades here with the MACD. So let's come here. Let me conclude now. Yes, I'm remaining with 6 minutes. Then I'm going to allow you to ask questions. Now, where do you set the MACD? I'm saying that all this is set up in your Royal Q bot or in your trade that you're setting. Now, here, down here, there is what we call advanced settings. Down here, there is what we call advanced settings. When you have set all these, when you have done setting all this, then come here for you to apply the MACD. So when you tap on advanced setting, you are going to find out, okay? You are going to find out here on advanced setting, okay? Then you're gonna find this under advanced setting. There is what we call first buy. Remember I said the robot is entering the market first time with your first buy-in amount. Okay, I'm circling buy in callback. I'm sorry. I was looking for this part here. This one. The first buy, this one. Okay? So when you come down here, you are going to see here, first buy triggering condition. Meaning to say, this trade that you are setting, it is only going to be activated. Okay? Your first buy is going to be activated, right, by the MACD. It is going to be activated by the what? The MACD, right? So when you tap here, you are seeing this. When you tap on first buy triggering condition, there is a trigger price here. How do you want your first buy to be triggered? Which tool should trigger your first buy. So when you tap on trigger price, you are going to see 3 indicators that you can use to make entry. But today, we are focusing on MACD. So here is MACD here. So you only need to tap on it. You tap on it, it means now I want my first buy to be triggered using MACD. Now, when you tap on the MACD further, Royal Q has already shown that we are using MACD only when a golden cross is what is happening. Then the robot is going to take that trade for you. If there is no golden cross, this trade is not going to be triggered and activated. It will remain like that. Now, let's come to the type of golden cross that we want. Remember, when I was explaining, I said there is a zero line, which is the baseline. So there is above and there is below. Are we together? Do you remember what I was explaining about the zero line? There is a crossover, a golden cross that happens below the zero line, and there is a crossover, a golden cross that happens above the zero line. So here, Royal Q is asking you, which golden cross do you want? The one that happens below or the one that happens above? Please be specific with us. So when we apply the MACD in your trade, we are taking the trade that is the one that you want. So here it is down here. Come down here with me. Come down here with me. When you scroll further down here, can you see here, ladies and gentlemen? Right here. Line of trigger. Okay? Line of trigger. The golden cross. Line of trigger. Where? It should be below or it should be above. So there is a zero here, which is the baseline of MACD. Now, when you tap on the zero, you are going to see that there are 2 arrows. One is pointing forward, one is pointing backward. Between the backward and the forward, which one is below and which one is above? I want to see if we are together. Can you see there are 2 arrows here? There is the first arrow with the zero forward. There is the other arrow with the zero, the arrow pointing backward. So when the line of MACD is here, and this happens to be the zero line, between these two, which one is below, which one is above? I want to see. I want to see so that you don't make a mistake. When you are choosing here, which one do you want? So which one is below here and which one is above? Between these 2 arrows, I'm coming in the chart. Which one is below? Which one is above? The golden cross is happening and Royal Q is monitoring. And you said, take my trade when there is a golden cross. So Royal Q says, which golden cross? The one that happens below or the one that happen above? Which one should we monitor for you? We open this chat box and see who is copying and pasting. Who is copying and pasting? Who is copying and pasting? If you are copying and pasting, are you pasting and copying the correct answer? If you are copying and pasting, are you copying and pasting the correct answer? Someone says it depends. Someone says it depends on what? It depends on what? It depends on what? I'm just asking you a question. Between the arrow pointing backward, the arrow pointing forward, which one is below, which one is above? That's all. So when you say it depends on what? It depends on what? I'm just asking a question here. Which one is forward? Which one is backward? Mr. Josh is confused. Mr. Josh, this arrow here, can you see these people? They are giving me answers here in the chat. I'm sharing the chat section now. Can you see people are giving me this thing? This thing shows backward. This is back, right? When the arrow is pointing like this, it means this direction. When the arrow is doing like this, it means this direction. So between this one and this one, which one is backward? So this one is backward, this one is forward. Now, when we come to the zero line, the above, remember price is going up. This is above. That's why it shows this one, forward. It means price is going up. When the price is coming down backward, it means this one. So the crossover that happens below the zero line, it is this one. The crossover that happens above the zero line, it is this indicator here. Are we together? So don't get lost, Mr. Josh. So backward, it is below. Forward, it is above. Are we together? Are we together on the zero? Because the issue is the zero. Ah, Furo man, come on. Furo, what's wrong now, Furo? Eh? Where is your problem, Furo? Let me address it. Furo, I'm saying this. The MACD, the two lines, they move like this on this line, right? There are two lines. So sometimes they will cross each other. They will cross each other. They will cross each other. So we are looking at crossovers. We are looking at crossovers. So some of the crossovers which are called golden cross, they happens below this line, which is the zero line. Can you see this cross here? It is happening below this line. Can you see this cross here? It happens above the zero line. So in Royal Q has given us choices. Do we want the crossover that happens below, or we want the crossover that happens above for us to make entry in the market? So they have given us the zero, which is the starting point. So when you choose this arrow, you want the golden cross that happens below. When you choose this arrow, you want the golden cross that happens above. Come on, guys, how do I explain this? It's not easy to teach. It's not easy to teach. Who are teachers here? Who are teachers here? I'm not talking of teachers who give homework to students every time. No, I'm not talking of those teachers who give homework to students every time. The students must do the work at home. I'm not talking of those teachers. I'm talking of teachers who teaches. Aha. Are we friends? Can we go to our Royal Q bot? Are we friends? Can we go to our Royal Q robot and finish? Can we go to our Royal Q robot and finish? Is it clear now? Because you want to make a perfect entry with the MACD, right? You want to make a perfect entry with the MACD on your first entry in the market, right? So it's very important. Guys, the MACD is doing well. I'm a testimony. The MACD is doing well. That's why we have decided that we should repeat this lesson. We should be repeating this lesson, especially in the market situation that we are in. All right, the MACD is doing very well when it comes to entries in the market. So let's close. Let's close this session now. Let's go to Royal Q. Thank you so much. Let's go to Royal Q. So here we are, right? So when you click on this arrow, then you choose. You click on this arrow, you choose. Are we together? You play with that arrow, right? We are trading in the 15 minutes time frame. We want the robot to take this trade in the 15 minutes time frame using the MACD. I haven't spoken much about time. It does not matter. What you need to know is to set this indicator in your robot so that the robot can take it to enter the market with it. The time frame does not matter. Okay? What you should focus on here, okay? Activating the MACD. Activating the MACD so that it can bring the golden cross. The rest does not matter. So I'm saving now. I'm done here. Okay? I have chosen above. Okay? I have chosen above. Now I'm saving this. Right. So I want to activate my trade. Ladies and gentlemen, I am activating my trade. Right? So here I am. I'm tapping here now. Activate. I understand. Okay, let me check. What was my first buying amount? Let me check first. Because I want to show you, I want to demonstrate. Okay, my first buying amount is $12. Okay, let me edit. Let me put $10 here. All right, let me put $10, my first buying amount. So I'm activating this trade. All right, I'm tapping activate here. Okay, I think I put some $10 here. It's gonna be activated. But I want you to see how the trade looks like, right? So I'm creating my trade, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted the robot to enter this trade using the MACD. So it is activated. Can you see it is showing red here? It means it is activated. Okay? It means it is activated. But the robot is monitoring. The robot is what? Is monitoring. Can you see here? It is showing 0, on position. Showing 0. Let's go to the trade. Let's go to the actual trade. Let me get out of here so that you are able to see. Let's come to the home screen. Let's tap on strategy. So this is my trade. This is my trade. It is not activated. That's why it is showing 0 here. So the robot currently, it is monitoring the MACD to make a crossover. It is only a crossover happens is when the trade is going to be activated. But right now, the robot is only monitoring. It did not buy anything yet. So it will only buy when a crossover happens with the MACD. So it's gonna look like this when you activate it. So this means that I am standing a chance that my robot cannot activate this trade if the MACD does not happen. Are we together? Because some they're gonna come and cry in the groups. My robot did not buy. My robot did not buy. Look at my coin. Look at my trade. My friend, the robot did not buy because you told the robot buy only when a crossover is happening with the MACD. That's why the robot is following your instructions. So stop crying. That's why I'm saying you can set so many trades. Yeah. Remember the batch setting? You can go to our YouTube channel where Leader Julius is talking about batch setting. I'm not going to talk now. I think my time is exhausted. Right? So we do have batch setting. The batch setting is for us to set more coins so that the robot can stand a chance of looking at many coins at the same time. Any coin that is activating golden cross, the robot will take that one and leave the rest. Then we can come and cancel the rest of the trades. We can come and deactivate them. When I say cancel, I mean deactivating, it means the robot did not buy them, because you cannot cancel a trade that is taken by the robot. Are we together? So it is going to look like this. The time my robot is going to buy, it is going to change. But right now, my robot is monitoring. When a MACD crossover happens, this trade is going to be activated. But it is in a waiting mode, as you can see there. Questions, guys? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question on the MACD? Entering our first entry with the MACD. Anyone with a question, please, you can raise your hand and ask. The microphone is free. You just need to raise your hand. I'm going to allow you to unmute. If you are not a person who loves microphone, then come in the chat, type your question. Come in the chat, type your question. No, it is just a matter of choosing. Vincent, you can choose below, you can choose above. It is just a matter of choosing. What do I want? Because all of them, they are crossovers. They are golden cross, right? So I can choose below, I can choose above. As long as it's a golden cross. That's what matters. Is that okay, Vincent? Vincent, is that okay? Nomashawe. Nomashawe, you cannot activate or you cannot put a MACD in a coin that is running because the coin is already activated. The reason why you want the MACD is that the trade is not taken yet. So you want the robot to take that trade whenever a MACD golden cross is happening. Right? It's not going to make any sense for you to activate a MACD in a coin that is already running because it is already taken. The robot is trading it. So it does not make sense for one to activate a MACD in a trade that is running because the idea of the MACD is that the MACD should help us to enter the market first time. So your trade is already taken. Is that okay, Nomashawe? Did I answer your question? In simple terms, I would say no, but I was just explaining further so that you understand why or what is the use of the MACD. Yeah, set it when you are wanting to set a trade. But if the trade is already running, there is no need for you to activate MACD because the robot has already taken that trade. That's why I was expanding further, right? Let me see other questions. Yes, guys, I only showed you my emphasis on how to set the MACD. When it comes to other settings that like whole warehouse mode, AI margin call, those ones they are already in place. I'm assuming that you set them the way they are supposed to be, right? So the whole warehouse mode, it depends on how many margin calls are you trading with. That's why I did not touch that. It is a long subject. It is a training on its own. I did not do margin configuration settings. I only showed you MACD. That's all. Guys, is that clear? Okay. So, Afonso, I think you are making me to say something now. Let me share my screen. Let me emphasize something on my trade that I have set using the MACD. Here, let's come to Royal Q. So you can see that my trade is not activated yet here. So when you look here, okay, when you look here, I'm trading in a cycle. Okay, I'm trading in a cycle. So once the robot completes this trade, this coin is going to disappear from the list. But at the background, whenever a MACD happens again in this coin, the robot is going to pick it up because it is in a cycle. My cycle does not mean that once the robot sells, it is going to buy again. No. My cycle is that when the robot sells this particular trade, this coin, it will go to the background of my trading list. Whenever a MACD is happening again in this coin, you will see my robot is going to pick it because I am putting the coin in a cycle. The robot will pick again this trade with the MACD. The reason why it has gone behind it is going to wait for MACD to happen again, the crossover. Alfonso, that's what I wanted to expand now. If you are trading using a cycle, you should understand that once your robot sells this trade, this coin is still in a cycle. It is going to trade it again whenever the MACD golden cross is happening again. The robot will pick it. Are we together? But when you trade in one shot, it means once the robot closes this trade, it will never pick it again until you go activate it. But in this scenario, it will be closed, then it will come here to the waiting list. When the MACD is happening again, then the robot will pick this trade. Did I answer the question, Alfonso? So you can choose which one. Did I answer your question, Alfonso? Did I answer your question? Did I answer your question? When it comes to AI, I don't want to supplement on the AI margin call there. Because there are people who want their robot to buy fast, right? But for the sake of safety, trade with the AI margin call on, especially where we are in terms of the market. Trade with your AI margin call or on. It does not matter because I know there are people who said, no, I want to take good profit. So if the robot does not buy enough, it means it's going to sell only my first buying amount. So whenever it is giving me profit, my profit is only generated from my first buying amount. So I want my robot to buy enough stock. That's why people, they always monitor the robot to buy margin call number 1, margin call number 2, margin call number 3, while AI is off. Because the AI delays the buying of the margin calls. Are we together? That's why I did not speak anything about margin configuration, because it is a training on its own. Unless I just wanted to do things shortcut, yes. But my emphasis was on MACD. All right. So trade with the AI margin call on if you want to be on the safe side. If you are someone who does not care, yeah, you can switch off the AI, let your robot buy 3 times, 4 times, depending on how many margin calls you are trading with. Because we normally focus on the first 4 margin calls. We want the robot to buy good amount of stock from 1 up to 4. So once this has been achieved, then maybe you can switch on the AI. It's not a financial advice. Okay? This is not a financial advice. But I'm talking to people who says, I don't care. I want my robot to buy enough stock from 1 to 4. because sometimes the robot will buy one time, the market goes up, it sells. So if your first buying amount was $10, it means the robot is gonna sell $10 stock and give you your profit. You are out. So if you are that person, then you can monitor your robot. But it is safe for you to trade with the AI margin call on. It's our recommendation. What is the difference between golden cross above and below? I said that the golden cross that happens above, the market is already up. So in most cases, I said in most cases, not all the cases, but in most cases, when the golden cross happens above the zero line, the price really shoots up. It really shoots up. Yes, that's the difference. But all of them, they are golden crosses. Maureen, the scenario that you are presenting here, it means that you were late with the golden cross. If you are seeing a red candle on the golden cross, it means you were late. The golden cross has already happened. Yeah, Maureen, I know what you're talking about. If I can take you to my trading view here, if we come here to the trading view, all right? Some people are looking at this. You need to look closely. When we say a golden cross, okay? Maybe you are looking at this candle where I have drawn this line. Maureen is asking about here. He sees that I have drawn this line on a red candle. Okay, this is where Maureen is talking about. So he's thinking that the golden cross has happened with a red candle. No. Okay, Maureen, this here is the overview. Okay, if you check down here, if you check close down here, where I have drawn this line, that's where you are seeing clearly that the crossover happened with your eyes. Where you are seeing with your eyes. Okay? Here, that's where you are able to see with your eyes that the crossover happened here. But in real time, if it was the robot, you will discover that this trade could be activated or it could be triggered when this blue line was pointing to cross before it appears on top, before it appears above the orange line. You could see that your trade could be activated by the robot. So the robot normally uses artificial intelligence. It is faster than us. So our naked eyes, when they are seeing a crossover here, this crossover happened some time back. That's why you are seeing green candles here. Can you see green candles here? Are you seeing these green candles here? So what happens here? It is just a retracement, but this journey is up there. Can you see? So I'm not saying that the golden cross happens on a red candle. Did I defend myself, Maureen? Did I defend myself? Eh? I'm not saying that you should enter the market with the golden cross when there's a red candle on top. No. Maureen, did I answer your question? Yes. If it was a robot, it could have entered earlier than me. But where I am spotting that the golden cross has happened, it is late because it's me. I'm using eyes. I'm using me. I'm a human being. A robot is faster. That's why we want to trade with the robot. Yes, guys. Any other questions? Suppose I choose more coins and then Royoki chooses one. How to deactivate the rest? Okay, please go to our YouTube channel. We did a training on that. When you do batch setting, okay, when you do batch setting, there is a way how you deactivate the rest. Okay, if you have done manually like what I have done here with my Royoki bot, okay, if you have done manually like this, then you want to deactivate one, you just need to open this coin like this. Then you tap on pause. Because this trade is not taken by the robot yet. Can you see it is still 0-0? So you come here and tap pause. In a case where it's you who have chosen these trades, you have set them like this, not the batch one. Because the batch one, the robot is the one that does it. But this one you are doing one by one, one by one. So you come here, you tap on pause, confirm. Can you see? I have deactivated this trade. It is no longer active. The robot is no longer monitoring it. That is how you deactivate a trade that is not taken by the robot. Is that clear? Somebody who was asking me that question. Is that clear? Baker, now I'm not talking about TradingView here. I was using TradingView just to give a clear picture. Okay? You are not entering the trade using TradingView. You are entering a trade using Royoki with your MACD inside your Royoki. I was only going to TradingView so that you can have a better picture of what I am explaining. All right? So leave TradingView alone. Leave TradingView alone. You are entering the market using Royoki. The indicator MACD is in Royoki. Unless you are doing manual, you are analyzing the market by your own, and you go and set the robot after you have spotted the MACD by yourself. Yes, by yourself. You have spotted the MACD by yourself. Then you can use the TradingView. So that's not what I'm teaching here. That class is in the morning. That class is in the morning. Yes, our technical analysis class is in the morning. So if you want to spot the MACD by yourself, then after that you come and set your Royoki robot, come in the morning. We do that training in the morning, yes. But for now, please, we just want you to close your eyes, set your robot, leave it. Let the robot do the rest. Be at peace. Which one is a traditional margin? Sam, when you say can you use both AI margin and traditional margin, which one is a traditional margin? You're referring to this one here. Are you referring to this one here? This one. You're referring to this one, right? When you say traditional margin. This one is the owner of the game. Sam, whenever you are activating a trade, this one is a must that it must be on. Because if this one is off, this number of margin calls here that you put here, these ones, can you see I'm having 7 margin calls? When the robot buys the first time with my $10, if this margin call button is off, my robot is no longer going to buy the margin calls. Do you get me? When I am activating my trade, it is a must that the margin call button should be on. Because if it is off, my robot will only buy with my first buying amount $10. After that, my margin calls is not going to buy because I told the robot not to buy by switching off this button. Now, When you switch on this one and this one, what are you saying? You are telling the robot, the buying of the margin calls, these ones here, please, artificial intelligence, which is in the robot, please take charge of that. Now you are making me to explain things that I was not explaining here. What I mean is this, ladies and gentlemen, when you switch on the AI button, this one, remember you do have margin configuration here. Let me open it, right? For example, this is how my settings are for the 7 margin calls. These are my margin call drops, okay? My margin call drops, these ones that I have said. Now, when I switch on only the margin call button, this one, when I switch on only the margin call button, this one, let's come back here. When I switch on only this one, I switch off this one. Let me switch off this one. Let me switch it off, right? So this one is on. So when this one is on, it simply means my robot is going to buy my margin calls using these instructions here. Using these instructions, these settings, my robot is going to follow this to buy. When my margin call button is on, my AI margin call is off. My robot will follow this to buy. Whenever the price drops by 3.5, my robot will buy. When the price drops by 4%, my robot buys. The price drops by 4.5%, my robot buys. It is following this when my margin call button is on only. But when I switch on the AI, when I switch on the AI like this, I am telling the robot that the artificial intelligence, when it comes to margin calls, this one here, it is called AI, but it has to do with margin calls. So when I switch on this guy, I am handing over these settings over here. These settings now, I am handing them over to artificial intelligence that it should monitor this. If the price drops by 3.5 and then the AI says, no, it's not at the right time, do you know what is going to happen? The robot is not going to buy even if the price has dropped by 3.5 because the AI is the one that is in control. So I have handed over these margin call drops that the AI should verify them. If it is not happening at the right position, the AI will decide that should we buy or we should not buy. Is that clear? That's why you will see that when you are using AI on, your margin calls are delayed. The robot takes long to buy because it is the one that is deciding, not these ones that you put here. The robot is deciding after this has been achieved. It checks it. Is this the right position to buy? If it is, it will buy. If it is not, it does not buy. The market will continue to go down. That's what the AI does. That's why we say it prevents you. It prevents you to put your money in the market fast. Did I answer your question on the AI? Sam is satisfied. Thank you so much. Nomashawe, come on. Nomashawe, I have already said that. Nomashawe, I've already told you, don't change. It's not going to be effective. The trade is already running. Eh? The trade is already running. It's like you are giving blood. There is a patient who was in need of blood to live. Now the patient is now declared dead. Then you come and donate blood so that they can give to that person. But the person is already dead. No, Mashawi, am I giving a good example? So if you are having a running trade and then you set the MACD, you are not doing justice to it. Yes, the trade is already running with the first setting. So those other settings that you're putting, the robot is not going to take them. Yeah? Am I making sense? Maureen, it's not confusing. Okay? It's not confusing. My robot will only pick, the robot will only activate a trade only when it sees that a golden cross is happening. So yours is not refusing. No, it's not refusing because the golden cross is not happening now. It will only buy when the golden cross is happening. That's why I was demonstrating here. Maybe let me do it one more time so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Let's choose any other coin here. Okay, let's choose any other coin for the last time now. Let's come here. Okay, let's come here. Maureen, which coin should I choose here? I want you to give me a choice. Maureen, which coin should I choose? Which coin? Because I'm willing to stay here so that you can understand. Otherwise, we have been overstayed here, right? Maureen, give me a coin of your choice from here. Give me a coin that we should trade. Give me a coin. Choose. From the first list here, give me a coin that we should trade. Write for me in the chat. Maureen. Maureen, give me a coin here. I'm waiting for you. Give me a coin. Choose a coin for me. I want Maureen. Okay, Maureen has given me Nia. Okay, let's go to Nia. Let's come here. Where is Nia? Where is Nia here? Okay, here is Nia. So I'm opening Nia. Right? I'm opening Nia. Then I'm creating a trade. Okay? I'm creating a trade. I'm doing trade settings. Right? Right? So it seems like I once traded Nia. That's why it has taken me to this. Now, I want to set the MACD. I'm going to come here on advanced setting. Here. Advanced setting. I'm going to tap there. Then I want to lay a trap that Nia should be taken by my robot whenever a golden cross is happening. Right? So it only happens on first buy trigger. When the robot is using my first buy-in amount, that's when the MACD becomes useful. I said that the MACD is not used to buy my margin calls. The MACD is used for the first entry, which is the first buy-in amount. Okay? That's when this trade is going to be activated. Right? Then I tap on trigger price here. I want MACD. Here is MACD down here. Then I choose MACD. Right? So here is MACD. My golden cross is here. The only thing that I need to do is which type of golden cross do I want? The one that happens above or the one that happens below? Let me choose the one below, for example. The one that happens below. I'm done. I'm assuming that every setting here is correct. My margin calls, my margin configuration are in order. I have set everything. The only thing is the MACD. That's all. Then after that, I tap save. Okay? I tap save. I'm saving these settings so that the robot should follow. Right? Then I'm done. What is remaining? Right? This is what I want to do. I want to activate my AI margin call because I don't want the robot to put my money first. So I'm protecting myself. I switched on the AI margin call. Then after that, I tap activate. Yeah. Then I activate this trade. Right? I'm confirming now. So it is activated. But the robot did not buy. Now, Maureen, here is your question now. You said it is refusing. Okay? To you, you say it is refusing. It does not refuse. Right now, it is active. This trade is active, but it is not bought. It is in the waiting mode. When you come to your strategy here on the home page, here, you tap on strategy to see which coins are you trading, right? When I tap on my strategy, here is the coin. Here is the trade, my near. Here is my near trade. It is 0, 0. Position amount is 0. Unrealized profit loss 0. Simply means the robot is monitoring with the MACD. Whenever the golden cross is happening, it's when it's gonna buy this trade. If the MACD golden cross doesn't happen, it will remain like this. So it does not mean that it is refusing. The robot is monitoring right now. If it is going to see a MACD golden cross happening, it will buy. But right now, it is in a waiting mode. Maureen, are we friends? Maureen, are we friends now? Maureen, are we friends? No, I'm not going to show you the golden cross on the market. It means it's you who wanted to do that. So if you have the capacity to check, then go and check. But if you are still an amateur, you don't know how to analyze the market, just come and follow what I have taught you, Maureen. If you don't know how to analyze the market, how to spot the MACD golden cross by yourself, just come and do what I have told you to do with Royal Q. If you want to learn how to spot the MACD by yourself, and then you come and set the trade, then join us in the morning. We teach technical analysis. We teach you how can you spot MACD. Is that okay, Maureen? Is that okay, Maureen? Eh? It's gonna be up to you. When it comes to the 0 above or 0 below, it's up to you. I explain what is 0 above, what is 0 below. Isn't it, guys? I explain. The 0 below, the golden cross is happening below the 0 line. The 0 above, it means the golden cross is happening above. So it does not matter. What matters is the golden cross is happening. That's all. That's what matters. The golden cross is what matters. The position does not matter. Is that okay? Stop stressing about the things that does not matter. What we are looking for is the golden cross to enter the market with. So whether it's going to happen below Whether it's going to happen above doesn't matter, but it is a golden cross that we want. Okay, guys, I think I have been lenient enough. Yes. It's already 2:11 in Uganda. Yes, it's already 2:11 in Uganda. Right now it's 2:10. Yeah, you can imagine from 8 o'clock up to 2:10. So I think this is enough. Can we meet in the morning in the technical analysis Zoom? Please, let's do so. But for tonight, let's leave it here. If you did not get it, wait for another Wednesday. Wait for another Wednesday. Leader Julius and myself, we are here on Wednesdays. So if you did not get it today, wait for another Wednesday in the morning. When you miss in the morning, come in the evening. I'll be here. Right? Yes. So that is the advantage of being a crypto ambassador member. Yes. That's the advantage. We always teach for free and we repeat. Yes. So don't worry. Keep attending. This is not the end. This is not the end. Learning is progressive. Learning is progressive, yes. Right? But you can go to the YouTube channel. I said that we were recording this session. So you can go to the YouTube channel and follow again. Wherever you did not understand, then I'm sure it's gonna make sense at the end of the watching. Okay, so guys, a wonderful night to you, a blessed night. Let's meet tomorrow. That is, if God willing, yes. If God willing, let's meet tomorrow. Yes. So thank you so much. Take care and be safe. We love you too, guys. We love you too, guys. Yes. Keep hanging in. Keep hanging in. The best is yet to come in the market. Yeah. It may not make sense now, but you're going to appreciate this when the market starts rolling. You're going to appreciate what we are teaching you now. Okay. Thank you. Blessed night, blessed morning, blessed afternoon. Bye-bye, guys. Stay safe.